Hi everybody, this is Pramita here, and today we're going to be doing some flip out pages which can be turned into pockets for the journal that we were working on. Now, as you can see, I have all the stuff out over here, and that's because I have been doing a lot of videos lately, because next week is going to be very busy for me. So I'm trying to film a few videos ahead of time. I don't know how much of that will be possible, because I have an appointment today. Not an appointment, sort of. I have a student of mine who lives about a few thousand miles away in another city, uh, and we have never met, front to front, face to face. And he was visiting the city. He has some relatives and family living here, so his parents and as well as him, he wanted to meet me. So this is the first time I'm going to see him personally. Usually this doesn't happen, but since the beginning of corona and all sorts of things, so I have been teaching remotely, online, as you can see. But most of them are from my own city, and I have met them before. Some are existing students, some though new have met. We have come face to face sometime or the other. But this student, I have never met him face to face, and the parents were super eager to meet me. So they are going to be visiting today, and because tomorrow they are leaving for the city where they live, so it has to be scheduled today. And also I am a little bit busy with, I have a cousin. She is a research, she was doing some research on plant, you know I'm not very confident about the field. Anyways, she was a research fellow in an university in Rotterdam, Netherlands. But she is in the city currently because she is getting married, and probably she too is going to move to Australia, and that too in Melbourne, because my son also lives in Melbourne, Australia. And she has been engaged to this guy, and they are getting married, so she's in the city, so I'm kind of busy right now. But anyways, so I wanted to film a few things ahead of time, but trust me, I can never do this successfully. I'm very bad at filming things ahead. Somehow it doesn't work for me. Anyways, so what I have planned is, now this is the journal that I was talking that would go inside the folder. We have sort of prepped the center page, which is paper clipped and will be tucked inside over here. So that's going to go there, and it is getting chunky, let me tell you. So this is the front of the journal. So I have a few pages gathered up. I'll just show you. So this is a half page, but I'll need to strengthen this part because this has been taken off from a notebook, grid paper notebook. I like the paper, and also I like the size. This is a pocket size notebook. So, and when you add different sized pages to your journal, it becomes more interesting. So that is the idea. And this is a printable, I think this is from Tsunami Rose Designs. I've added that, but I also want to add this on the page. Now this is not going to be the front page, but if I want, I can overlap this on the front page also, so it can tuck in two pages. The idea behind that is this, but I need to create something over here. Now in the meantime, what I've done is I've added a hinge to this. It's just a simple rectangular paper. The length will be that of the card or the hinged item that you will put in. I'll probably do another of this somewhere towards the back of the journal. Then I will show it again. Now while I was working on it, I felt that I could show this to you, how you can tip in pages and add extra pages and extra, you know, eye candy pages to your journals, even though they were not in the original plan itself. So this was not in the original papers, but I decided to include this because I already have an extra stash of these journal cards which I can use. And it instantly gives a pop to your journal page. So if this is the front page, and if I open this, so you can see, but I'm not going to be attaching this to this small page. Why? Because this card is pretty big and it will not fit into the the small page. And B, because I wanted this music background to be at the back. So this is the reason why I will be adding this hinged page on the music paper portion. So this is going to go in here. I have just taken, I'll show you in a second, just taken some rectangular paper and sized it up. Okay, but it was wide, pretty wide. You don't need to have this wide, you can have just a narrow little bit, but eventually I'm going to make a pocket on this section, so that is the reason why I have taken this wide paper. And also because if you have a wider paper, you have a more room to figure things out, you can do that. So I'm going to hinge this, but before I hinge this, I need to work on this paper. So what I have done is, this was just an offcut, and I'm going to be putting this over here. Now this is bigger than the page itself, as you can see. That's okay, because I'm going to stitch around it and then I'm going to trim this around. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some stitched element look. Like I want this photograph to have a stitched border sort of thing, and then I will stitch around this and add this, and I'll be back to show you how this looks. So I'm going to stitch around this photograph and show you how it is going to look. Okay, so I have stitched the image just to give a little bit of dimension to it, just so that it stands out a little bit. I have not stitched around the whole page because I will be adding this. Now this will go at the back, but before I put this in, I also make a pocket over here. Now you can make a pocket out of any scraps. Like I have the scrap from the same paper, I can add that. So that is a possibility. Again, I cut this a little bit. Okay, so I can put it like this. I can make it into a small tuck spot sort of thing, or what I can do is I can create again another vellum sort of tuck spot. It need not have to be a very big pocket or anything. I just want to keep the image and align it over here. Or what I can do is I can create some ledger pocket. So it can be like this, it can be put on like this. So you'll have two pockets over here, okay, and they are going to be pretty substantial. So what I need to do is I need to cut this out, and then I'm going to show you how this is going to look. So I need to figure this out, trim this out a little bit so that it is fairly even on both sides. Now you don't have to make this even, you can rip it from by your hand or anything, but I just want to give this an even look. Okay, and then just going to smoothing this out a little bit. So I'm going to layer this on vellum, this with vellum. I had a tiny scrap but I can't seem to find it. Yeah, I found it. So I can use this. Yeah, so I don't need to use this. So again, as I did before, I'm just going to put a little dab of glue. So hi everybody, I know this is the video has been going on for a while, but it's just that I just needed to say hi and hello to everybody. I hope you people are having a very good year, the beginning at least, and then we'll see. We'll definitely have a good year. So if you are a new person, new viewer, then very welcome, warm welcome to my channel. And if you have been around for a while, welcome back. If you are watching this for the first time, or if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then please consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. And also you can support me through becoming a member of Patreon. I have very minimal levels whereby you get a ton of benefits. You get an exclusive digital sheet. Also, I have this system whereby a journal is shipped out within, it depends on the tiers that you're selecting. You know, every 3 months, every 6 months, it depends on the kind of plan that you go for, but which is totally, you don't have to pay anything for that. So that is also another thing. And yeah, so you get an early access to the videos. And also I'm doing from this year, I used to do exclusive videos, but this year onwards I'm starting 2 new exclusive videos, which is just a start. Maybe this will go up hopefully in the coming months. 2 to 3 exclusive videos every alternate week, which you will not see on YouTube. Mostly these are tutorials, or teaching things that you can use in your journal making process. So this is how I'm trying to layer up the pocket. Now I want something at the edge, as I always say. I don't know if this is going to fit. No, this is not going to fit, so we'll have to look for something else. So I don't know if this is going to fit. Yeah, it is going to fit. So let's do this. So I am starting that. And also there has been a new schedule that I have lined up for my YouTube. That is a video every Tuesday, Thursdays, Tuesdays meaning every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. So you get 3 new videos every week. I can't do it every day, but this is the best I can do right now. I hope you people understand. I know you will. So I'm going to trim this off, and these are all going to be stitched around, so I'm not worried. Okay, so this is going to be like this. And what I can do is I can make a tiny slit over here. Okay, so that it has that look of a pocket. Okay, and then this is going to go in over here, and then this will be tucked in over here. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch around these two. I'm going to stitch this paper over here, then probably I'm going to glue this down, because this will have a little bit of extra at the sides. Let me guesstimate that. Okay, so keeping this flush, but also keeping a little bit of space for this to close in. Yeah, so now you can see I have a little bit of extra on all the sides, so I'm going to trim this down. So you can support me through Patreon or buy me a coffee. It would mean a lot to me, you know. It takes a lot of effort and planning to keep so many things going at one time, but of course I can't complain. I've had so many good things in life, and hopefully so many more will happen. So I have a little bit extra at the top too, which I'm going to take off. Okay, so now this is properly aligned. So now what I can do is I can fix the pockets on this page itself. This is how I roll. You don't have to do this way, you can do them separately. What I'll do is I'll just glue these down a little bit. Okay, and then I'll probably trim this a little bit. So just okay, so yeah. So because I want this flower to show through, and I'm going to line these up. So this is how the pockets are going to look. Now I can make this into a pocket too, but in that case I need to line this with something else, because the stitching might get caught up in the ephemera that will go in. Okay, so if I can do this, then I can make this into a pocket also. So let us do that. So I can use a very flimsy kind of paper as long as it prevents the journal cards from getting ripped. Now what I do is when I'm working on projects, I always keep a box of neutral paper or some paper that I do not need, like this paper. This is a very flimsy paper, from some planner printable I had long back. Okay, so another thing is that I have opened another channel which is totally my personal journaling and planning, concerns personal journal and planning. That does not involve junk journals. But if you are interested in subscribing to that or following me how I plan, my journals, or how I do the planning itself, then you're more than welcome to hop over. I will put a link to that channel below, and you can subscribe to that. I do have some videos already there, but I've not been very active there because making junk journals take up a lot of time, and then doing videos for this channel also eats up a lot of time. But I fully intend to proceed with that, and in that channel probably I will be uploading a few different kinds of videos which I will not do on this channel of mine. So this is the, now if I put in a journal card, it's not going to get caught up in the stitching. So this can be used as a pocket too. So I need to put something over here because this is going to be a top loading pocket. So I can put this. Okay, so please consider becoming a Patreon member. You will receive a lot of benefits, I assure you. And also you can make a donation through Buy Me a Coffee. But also if you want to subscribe to my channels, then you're more than welcome. So I'm going to make a notch over here probably, and I know this might so I'm going to make a notch at one side. I have seen people do this, and trust me, it looks very eclectic and very nice. You don't have to make them in the middle. Okay, so if I put this over here now, see how it is taking shape. I did not plan on making a pocket out of this page, but it is becoming a pocket. So let's embrace the idea. So this is becoming a pocket, and now I just don't want that white to show through, so I'll probably ink the edges. Also I will trim this and trim this, and then I'm going to ink this up. So I hope this process is going to end, this process of making this folder is going to end soon, and then we're going to move on to another. This time I have plans of making a 5-folder project, so you can see that it's like a mini lap book idea, so you can make that using your file folders. So I'm going to stitch this these pockets first, okay, and then I will be okay. So this is our pocket. I will ink this part up. I'm just trying to guesstimate how much space it's going to take up, and I think this needs a little bit of a trim. This is not straight. Yeah, so now it's straight, and I'm going to give this a trim too. So now it's straight. So I'm going to ink this part up. I'm going to attach these 2 pockets, and it's just that this will take just a few minutes to put everything together. So I'll stitch these separately and then attach them. So keep on watching, I'll be back. Okay, so I have stitched the pockets. So you can see I have a pocket here, a mini tuck spot sort of thing over here, and then I have stitched around this pocket also. I hope the lighting is okay because the sun is shining very brightly today, and sometimes, you know, too bright sunlight might cause issues in filming. But anyways, we're not going there. So the next thing I need to do is stitch around this, because I want this to be a little bit sturdy, and I have not glued it down generously because I know I'm going to go over this with my sewing machine, and then I'm going to place it. Either I can glue it or I can just stitch these two together. So I'm going to be back after I stitch this. So now I have stitched this and I have stitched this. I can just glue these two together, or I can stitch them, but I think I'm going to glue this pocket this time. No need to sew this because it's going to look okay anyways. So I'm just going to put some glue, a little bit of a dab over here, and then I'll show you how you can attach this to a page and also create another pocket, which I don't know if the time is going to permit, but if it does, then I'm definitely going to show you how I'm going to create another pocket when this flips over. So let's push this a little bit. I have not been overly generous with glue, so what happens is it starts oozing out from all sorts of places, and then, you know, it is all gluey all over, but I need to put a little bit of glue. Okay, so I have to keep the lid on, and then I can take off a little bit from this side. Okay, so we have this done. Now I'm going to show you how this is going to look on the journal page itself. So let me bring the journal out. So This is the flip page that we are creating, and this is going in like this. So I will attach this on this page, but on the other page you will see that I have this flap. I don't want to have this flap visible, so I'm going to hide this by making another pocket. So I'll show you that also. So let's start making that. Sorry. So what I'll do is, in cases like this, I'm going to use my wet glue. I'm not going to use the glue stick, because otherwise if I make a pocket and the glue stick doesn't stick, glue stick doesn't stick. If the glue doesn't stick properly, then you know, you will have difficulty in closing and opening the pockets. So I'm going to do it this way, and I'll also show you how it's going to look. So if you want, if it bugs you, you can put a little bit of washi tape over here, but it will not bug me because I'm going to ink this part up after this glue has dried, and I'm going to create another pocket on this side. Okay, so that can be a simple pocket, that can be anything that you want. For me, I will go for some scraps, and we'll see how things go. So let me look for some scraps. So like I have this scrap, okay, and this has this cute butterfly sort of image over here. Now I need to clean this stuff up. I'm constantly moving things from one place to the other to make space. So I can make this into a side tuck, or I can make it into a pocket as such, because the pocket goes on till this much. So I can put it, I can use something like this. I'm just guesstimating, ladies. I'm not sure how much this is going to be, so I'm going to give a little bit of a leeway and then tear this off. And I'm not going to throw that away, mind you. So I'm going to have this, and what I'll do is I'll just make sure that the backing paper, the hinged paper, doesn't show through, and I've just measured this out. So I'll show you how it's going to get covered up. So this is how the pocket is going to look, and in the next part I'm going to embellish this pocket and show you how this is going to go. So I can make cluster, I can make a lot of things which would go very well with this. So keep watching for the next part, which is going to come after, right after this. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching this, and bye, have a great day.